it's your girl Tay, and I'm here yet again with another update video. So definitely make sure you guys smash that like button, comment down below, subscribe, plus push your post notification bell button so that way anytime I upload a video you will be notified. So I'm just coming back on because there was a couple of you guys that left some comments under my last video requesting about your specific state. So I was able to find an article. Now this is not a government article. This is not from any state, federal level. This is just an article which I will be linking down below in the description box so you guys can take a look at it for yourself. We did kind of already talk about the fact that the president said that he is not going to be using the $5 billion in contingency money to continue providing or to continue the relief. I don't know why I'm saying continue, because as far as I know, they haven't given anything, but they're not going to be using that money to help provide cash for food, explaining that that money is reserved specifically for expenses like disaster relief. But it does go on to talk about the states that can and will be doing some things to help out in their states on the state level. Okay, so if you guys didn't get a chance to watch my last video, you may want to go ahead and get caught up on that because I'm not going to go over everything specifically. I am going to touch on a few things, but the Trump administration has stated that he will not use the $5 billion in contingency money to fund for cash, not to fund food stamps, okay? Explaining that the reserve is limited to expenses like disaster reliefs. As of right now, we have 22 million U.S. households receiving SNAP benefits, and some states are working to reallocate funds to ensure people receive some type of assistance. Now, from what I've read in research, it seems like the states that are stepping forward are doing so by ramping up additional support and funding to food pantries. So it's going to take a little bit of legwork for you guys to actually go out, use your cell phone, use whatever type of device that you have to get online and take a look into local food pantries so that you, your family, loved ones, or anyone that you know that is in need can get the assistance that they deserve, okay? In Louisiana, Vermont, and Virginia, lawmakers have pledged to backfill food aid. Additional funding is planned in New Hampshire, California, New Mexico, Connecticut, and New York. However, we're unsure as to what that means. Currently, California Governor Gavin Newsom is making $80 million available for food banks and sending the National Guard to staff them. In Illinois, Governor J.B. Pritzker is planning to support the state's food pantries as well. One thing that I did also mention in my previous video is that the U.S. Department of Agriculture has said some states will not be reimbursed for covering these benefits. So if the states or the states that do decide to come forward and actually pay out food stamp benefits will not be reimbursed by the government, which again, I do believe that that is making it a lot more difficult for these states to step forward because they don't want to end up falling behind in funding, okay? Minnesota Governor Tim Walz announced that they are using a contingency fund to add $4 million to food banks across the state to ease part of the burden. And this is what he says: this will be a bridge. I want to be very clear. It will not make up and backfill everything that is going to drop off. However, we do not have the capacity. This is, again, his words, not mine. House Speaker Representative Mike Johnson said the best way for SNAP benefits to be paid on time is for the Democrats to end their shutdown, and that can happen right now if they would show some spine. I think that that is a crock of nonsense. You guys already know how I feel about them passing the buck between the two. I do understand, which I also mentioned this in my previous video, I do understand the Democrats are saying, hey, you know what, with everything that you just put in that big beautiful bill, should be the big ugly bill, but with everything that just came through from the big beautiful bill and all of the things that we see that they want to get rid of, including food stamps permanently, the last thing that we want them to do is get rid of affordable health care. I do think that that is important. We need health care. People need health care. Everybody is not able-bodied, and even if you are able-bodied and working a job, the reality is that depending on where you live, I know for my state in California, health care is pretty expensive. The cost of living overall is pretty expensive. So it is very, very difficult, especially when you have a family to look after, to be able to afford everything that goes into being an adult, okay? The average monthly payment someone on SNAP receives is $187 a month per person, and most recipients have incomes at or below the poverty level. So I did just kind of want to touch on that a little bit to say that not everybody that is receiving benefits is unemployed, is sitting at home not doing anything with their lives. The unpopular opinion that a lot of people don't want to speak on is that a lot of these people are working 1, 2, sometimes even 3 jobs to be able to float above water in this economy. The price of groceries are going up. And for those of you who have no sympathy and empathy whatsoever, here's what I want to ask you. What do you think is going to happen when people actually stop being able to afford groceries? With the limited amount of people who are able to pay for groceries out there, those prices are going to skyrocket even more than what they already are. I remember when the eggs had got up to around, what was it, $6? About $6 for a dozen of eggs. I can't even imagine what that will go up to. Right now, it's come back down a little bit, but I can't imagine what that is going to go up to if this government shutdown doesn't end soon. I really hope that they can get it together. I do highly encourage you guys, as always, to take a look at your state level agencies to see the latest updates. Some things could change. This information that I'm giving you is reporting as of 11:40 a.m. on the 28th of October. So things could change between now and my next video. But at any rate, definitely make sure you guys smash that like button. It definitely helps to let YouTube know that you like what I'm doing and you want me to stick around. As always, I'm going to be dropping the link to this article down below in the description box, so you guys can go ahead and take a look at that for yourselves. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, I'm going to ask you guys to drop some black hearts in the comment section. Let me know you made it all the way through. And as always, I'm going to say, remember to live, love, elevate, and I will definitely see you guys in the next video.